So now we're going to work on forgetting and resetting your password. So it's going to be done in a brilliant way, because right here we're going to verify your information. So here you type your email. If you type something that's not an email, we're going to verify it, and then we're going to type, some email that doesn't exist in the database. Then we're going to search, and I'm going to show you this message: account does not exist. And if you put something that actually exists like this and it's valid, you click search, and then we're going to get your account that exists, and then we're going to tell you that we're going to send you a code via your email, and then you're going to click continue, and then you're going to get this place for code. That code is going to be sent, which is a digits or numbers, whatever, that's going to be sent to your Gmail account, and you're going to use that to continue, and then going from that you're going to get the ability to change the password. We're going to confirm it, and then redirect you to login. Okay, so it's going to be like this. It's going to be a bit of work, but as I always say, it's always easier with me. So we're going to start by creating the page itself. So we're going to go to pages, and then we're going to create a new one. Let's call it, for example, reset, and then we're going to have a new file inside it, index.js, and then RFC, and just change the name right here, reset. Okay, and then we're going to remove that and import the style that we're going to just create for now, style.css, and go and create it right here, style, okay, .css. And then we're going to go to app to add the route for it. So it's going to be a route that's going to be path is going to go to /reset, and then the elements that we're going to pass is simply going to be the elements that we just created. Okay, so let's call it from here. Okay, like that. So right now we can go from here to forgetting password. Click on it. Okay, in the first place we've done it to go to forget. Let me change that. Go to the login form, go back to forgetting password, and change this to reset, not receipt. Is a difference. Okay, I know my English. So let's go back right here, and now we've had it. So let me go back and click on forgetting password again, and then you're gonna get us to the route that we have. Okay, so now we are at this route, so let's continue working on it. Let me remove that. And here the class name is gonna be reset. Okay, and then we're gonna have reset header, and then we're gonna have an image right here, and the source is gonna go up 3 times, and then to image it's gonna get the Facebook logo, because we're gonna create the header first, this header right here. I'm gonna allow to reset password if you are logged in or not. Okay, we're gonna do it both ways, and you're gonna see how I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be different than the way I've done it before. It's gonna be very brilliant. Okay, don't worry about it. So you're gonna like it, I'm sure of it. Then it's gonna be facebook.svg. Okay, what am I doing? .svg, and also close the string. Okay, do we have it right here? I can't see it, so that means I've done it in the wrong place. This is icons. Okay, and now we have it. Okay, let's continue after the image, and then gonna have a link from React.js. Okay, so let me just, sometimes this becomes annoying when it comes to VS Code. Okay, so let's import that, import link from React.js. Okay, and inside the link is gonna go to dependent, but for now it's gonna be to go to the login, and it's gonna have a class name which is gonna be write receipt. Okay, receipt, I don't know, I always messed it up. Go to button, and class name for this is gonna be blue button. We've defined this before, and the button we're gonna have login or something else that we're gonna depend on if you are logged in or not. So this is like the beginning. Okay, so we can go now to the size and work on it a bit to make it look better, and then we're gonna continue. So let's go back to the size and select the reset, then we're going to change the background, which is going to be a variable that's going to be bg secondary. Okay, and then we're going to have a height to be 100 viewport height, so it's full screen height, and then the color is going to be a variable which is going to be color primary, like this. And then we're going to go to the header, so header, and then right here we're going to change the background. This is going to be var, okay, which is white. The first one was secondary, this is going to be bg primary. Okay, and then we're going to have a box shadow, and the box shadow is going to go 1 pixel, 8 pixel, 15 pixel, and then 15, then -7 pixel, and then RGBA, let me just have it from the variable shadow 1. Okay, and as you see it changed. Then we're gonna go after that and have display flex, align item center, and then we're gonna make this on the left and the other on the right, so justify content space between. Okay, and then the padding is gonna be from top 0 and 1 rem from right and left, and then the margin bottom is gonna be 50 pixels. Okay, so let's select the image inside the header like this, and then the image, the width is gonna be 160 pixels. Now it took place right the way we want. Okay, then let me just go to the right reset. Okay, like that, and then go on display flex, align items is gonna be center, and the gap is gonna be 10 pixels. Okay, so let's change a few things in the header. I want to make it more interesting, so we're gonna get the user from the state. We'll use selector. Okay, not gonna get any help. Then this is gonna get from the state, and then we're simply gonna go and spread the state. Okay, and we're gonna import this. Okay, and this is gonna be different, so let me just show you. If we have a user, this is what's gonna be, else this is what's gonna be. Okay, this is what's gonna be when we have a user, else we're just gonna go right here. Let me just move this from here. Okay, between this, I'm just dumb, let's go right here, and then we're gonna have a div which is gonna be called right reset. Okay, like this. So now we are not logged in, so this is how it's gonna look normally, and you're gonna click this, so go to the login page. Okay, but if we are logged in, let me just go and log in again, so we can have a different approach to this. So let me go and take any user. Okay, then go back to the reset page like this. Now this is going to be a bit different. Okay, so right here we're going to have an image inside this, and the image, the source is going to be from the user, this picture. Okay, and then we're going to have this button that's going to be called logouts like this. Okay, so let me just go and work on the image with, I don't know, actually maybe 40. Okay, height 40, border radius is gonna be 50%. Okay, and we can make this like also a link. Okay, so we can make that a link. So let me just go back right here and make this also a link. So let me just go back right here and put it inside the link, and this link is gonna go to the profile. Okay, and then inside this have this. Okay, so this is also a link, and then we have the logout button, so we can get the logout and do it again. So let me just go to the header and then go to the user menu, to the index, and let me take the function. Okay, let me just take those from here, go back, so you can use that to log out if you want. Okay, like that. Let me just go and get the use dispatch and the navigate. Okay, and then remove the visible. Okay, and also import the cookies from GS cookie like that, and then we're just gonna go right here and then on click, and simply this is what it's gonna do. So log out of the account. So when you click on it, now we're gonna get logged out. Okay, and then we're gonna go back again. Now we are lead to login. Okay, so this is like a better way for the page, because we're gonna allow it, we're not gonna have it in the settings, okay, to change password. So maybe you can give the ability to reset it if you are logged in or not logged in. I think this is beautiful. So now I'm gonna start working on this. So let me go back here and let me start working on it. So after the header, I go back here and we're gonna have a reset. Let's call it reset wrap. Okay, and inside this we're gonna have a reset form. Okay, and then we're gonna have a reset form header, and inside this we're gonna have like the main text. Let me just copy it, I forgot it. So not this, but let me refresh. It's gonna be this one. Okay, like this. Okay, this is like for the first header, and then we're gonna have the text. So reset form text, and this is gonna be this. Okay, like that. and then maybe after that we're gonna have the form, which is gonna be formic. Let me just change that, formic, and I don't have it here, so let me just import it also. It's gonna be quite simple. We've done this before. So formic from formic like this. Okay, so we can copy that, maybe, I don't know. Let me just do it right here, and then you can also, understand this more, even though that we've done it a million times. So initial values, and the initial value is going to be simply, you're going to have an email. So let me create the state for the email. First of all, enable reinitialize, and go right here and create a state, maybe up here. Let's call it the email, set email, then it's going to be use state, which is going to be empty, and import the use state. Okay, let's go back down here. So inside formic, we're simply going to return the form. So we're going to have, first of all, formic, and this is always going to return, and this is all, should be inside this. So maybe take out of that. Okay, so inside parentheses, and maybe inside here we're going to now define the form. Okay, and inside this form also we can import it from formic, and right here we're just going to have an input. Why we called it login input? Let me just remember login input. I actually don't remember. So let me just go to the inputs. That's what's called the login input. Let me just take the name. So like that, copy that, go back right here, so we can import it. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. So let me just see if I can get it. We can get it. Okay, so now this is fine, and the input is going to take some properties. So the type is going to be text. You can do email, but the email I'm going to do it myself with the verification. Name is going to be email. Okay, and then on change, so it's going to be just one. So let me just do it right here. So we're going to get the event and just simply set email with the event .target .value. Okay, to get the value and then put it inside the email. Okay, so also we can have the placeholder, and the placeholder is simply going to be email address or phone number, even though we don't have any phone number. Maybe you can add this in the future. Okay, so let me just continue. I don't know why it's not showing, but we're going to continue. We're going to see why. Let me just open the console and see if we have any problems. Okay, go to the console. We don't have any problem, and it's not showing. Maybe something is wrong, but we're going to continue to work on the size, and then we're going to see. Okay, so this is the thing. Also now we're going to define both states. So let me just go up here when everything is fine. When we have an error first, so let me go back here, and then we will have an error. I'm just gonna the error like this and go back here. Let me go back. So after the form, you can do it wherever you want. So let me just show what I'm gonna do it. I feel like I'm gonna do it after the input, same I've done it before. So okay, inside the form and after the input, so we can just go simply right here and go. If we have an error, we're just gonna have the div that we've done before, which is gonna be the error text like this. Okay, and then we're gonna see the error inside here. Okay, like that. So let me work on the side to see what's the problem right here, and then we understand what we are actually doing, because this looks weird. So let me just go back here. Let's go to the reset wrap, and this is going to be simply height 67 vertical view height, viewports height, and then we're going to have display flex, and then align item center, and then justify content center to center everything, not justify self, justify content center. Okay, I'm gonna go to the reset form, and then we're gonna have a background, which is gonna be a variable. Then it's gonna be bg primary, okay, white like this, and then the box shadow, and it's gonna be, let me just see, 0, 1 pixel, 2 pixel, and then var shadow 1. We never use shadow 2, I don't know why. So and then we're gonna have a border radius, which is gonna be 10 pixels. Okay, and after this the width is going to be 350. Okay, and then position is going to be relative. I like position to be always on top. Okay, and then the height is going to be 280 pixels. Then I'm going to go to the reset form header. Okay, and I'm just simply going to have padding with 15 pixels. Okay, any changes or not, then we're gonna have a font weight to be 600, and that this is pattern right. So then the font size is gonna be 24 pixels. Okay, and then we're gonna have a border button which is gonna be 1 pixel solid, and the variable is gonna be third. So var the bg third. Okay, like this. And it didn't changes because probably we forgot it. Okay, let me just see. This is form, not DOM. Okay, and now it changes. Go back right here. Let's continue. And after the header, we're gonna go right now to the text. So reset form text. I can't live without typos, you know, they're part of me. Then the pattern is going to be simply 15, and the font size is going to be 17 pixels. Okay, don't tell me I've done this wrong also. So reset. okay, I'm not gonna cut this. I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, I'm just gonna admit that I am actually sometimes stupid. Okay, and it's fine. So let's continue. It's gonna be reset form. And then I'm gonna select the form itself. We're gonna have display flex direction is gonna be column, and then the align items is gonna be center, and then we're gonna have border bottom also is gonna be the same. So let me just get that like that, and let me make sure Y is not showing the inputs. Okay, let me go back. Let me go right here, and surprisingly we don't even have the form. So maybe let me just go back. Okay, form, okay, I see it. It's quite obvious. Okay, let me just remove this form from here, and as you see, we had braces right here. Okay, let me remove them. When you want to return an element, you don't use braces, you use parentheses. Okay, like this, and put everything inside, and then you see it. Okay, so I was right. So let's go back right here, and let's continue. So in the form, okay, so now everything is in the form. Let me just go back right here. And this thing is going to be changing because, as you see right here, for the reset form, we have the width to be 350. Let me just go like this. Okay, so 350 is wrong, maybe 450. Okay, like this, or maybe more, depending on your needs. Okay, we're going to make it responsive, and we'll work on responsiveness. We're going to make it a lot better than this. Okay, so now let's continue. Go back right here. I'm going to work on the buttons that we have right here, which is cancel and something. Let me just see. So we're gonna have let me see where we're gonna have them inside the form itself. So after the arrow, we're just gonna have, that's why we have this line right here. So after this, we're gonna have, let me just see, reset form buttons. Okay, and then we're gonna have a link that's gonna go to the console. Okay, which gonna, the console is gonna take you to login, and then this is gonna be console. Okay, or maybe a free sheet page, depending on what you want. Okay, and they have a class name, and the class name is going to be GUI button. I think we didn't work on the GUI button, so we're going to work on that now. So let's go after this. It's going to have a button, and this button is going to have a type to be submit, so we can submit the form with. Also, it's going to have a class name to be blue button, and then inside we're just going to have search like this. Okay, so let me go back on the size and work on them, and then we're gonna also work on the blue button because this is gonna be like a variable that we're gonna use a lot. Okay, so reset form, then buttons, display flex, align item center, and then we're gonna go and have a gap of 10 pixels. Okay, margin top 5 pixels. Now everything is looking better. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna change that. The pattern is gonna be 10 pixels. And then we're gonna have the position now to be absolute. Okay, and then we're gonna go to the right 10 pixels, and then the bottom is gonna be 10 pixels like this. Okay, so now this is way cooler. Okay, so let me just go and select, I'm gonna change those. Okay, I want to make them a bit wider, so we're gonna go reset the form buttons, and then we're gonna select the A tag, and also gonna select the button, and then we're gonna make the width to be 90 pixels, and then this is all we're gonna have, simply like this. And also let's go back to the index where we have defined the variables for the buttons. Let me just see. So this is the blue button. Let me just copy that and change this to gray button. Okay, and the variable is gonna be BG secondary. I actually don't know, like this. For the background, this is GUI button underscore, okay? And this is gonna change like that, so that means the color is gonna be the opposite, which is 000, I think, or 111. I don't know. I think this is better. Let me just compare them. Okay, I think they are the same right now. Okay, so let me just leave them like this. Okay, so this is a bit wider, but we're gonna see when we continue, because this is gonna be a div that's gonna be reusable a lot, so we're gonna work on that also.